Arizona football is knocking on the door of the top 25. There are a lot of little interesting angles, though, to keep an eye on in this game. Jedd Fisch, Chip Kelly, and a lot of ex-UCLA Bruins.
You are Locked On Wildcats, your daily podcast on the Arizona Wildcats. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Thanks for keeping it locked on Wildcats. This show today is brought to you by Gametime. All right, check it out. All right, now, Arizona, UCLA. Now, I thought that Arizona would be ranked after last week. They were not. East Coast bias coming into effect hot and heavy right there. Let's just look at the last four games. Arizona loses to 7 by Washington, loses in triple overtime to USC, smashes Oregon State, and then smashes Washington State, then beats Oregon State at home by salting the game away. Now, that was obviously some really good stuff right there. I thought Arizona did enough to be ranked. Obviously, I was wrong, but that doesn't mean that Arizona shouldn't be ranked, and they're going to have every opportunity this week to be able to become ranked, and a big reason why is because UCLA is good. UCLA has beaten a lot of good teams. And not only has UCLA beaten a lot of good teams, they have also, let's be honest here, they have also put together a string of really nice defensive performances. And I didn't really see that happening. You know, when you think of Chip Kelly, I think we're still all kind of still caught in the Oregon box right there, where, you know, every quarterback that came in there was going to be high profile, high flying, all of that. That's not really the case right now with Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly is doing more of a ball control offense. Ethan Garbers, by the way, is much, much better. That is a big improvement for them. When you got a quarterback out there that can actually play, that helps. And he has obviously been a lot better than the 5-star freshman quarterback. And I would imagine that Garbers is going to continue in such a role. It would not surprise me at all. As a matter of fact, it would shock me if they went back from that one. Now, Jedd Fisch has a lot of familiarity with the UCLA Bruins roster, and a big reason why is because, well, he was the interim coach there a couple years ago. He obviously coached Josh Rosen. I almost said Jedd Rosen right there. He obviously coached Josh Rosen, and he was very good. And it was good. The problem with Josh Rosen, as we all know, is that Josh Rosen is an interception machine, and that just kind of went with the territory. But that also does not mean, though, that Arizona does not have that Arizona was not able to take some things from UCLA. You look on the Arizona roster right now, quite a few players. Martell Irby from UCLA. Tia Savea from UCLA. You got some other dudes as well from UCLA. Good players there, and they took him, and they've been contributors for the U of A. You obviously like that one. Now, with Arizona, you got to take the good with the bad right here. And I think a big part of this is that UCLA is probably the best defense that Arizona has gone against to this point. Obviously, playmakers across the defensive line right there. And not only are there playmakers across the defensive line, there are playmakers who are, just next level, top 5 type NFL picks right there. So this is going to be a huge, huge game for Arizona and that offensive line. We've talked nonstop, and deservedly so, about Jordan Morgan and about how good he has been. And he has been absolutely fantastic. That's what a first-round offensive tackle draft pick is supposed to look like. Jordan Morgan has been that dude. And not only has he been that dude, he has been that guy. He's got a perfect pass block. He's got one of the best pass blocker ratings in the entire conference and in the entire country. And again, you can understand why people say that he is a first-round pick. This is going to be a big, big game for him, though, this week. A huge game, and a big reason why is because you're going against one of the best defensive lines you've gone against all year. Washington obviously had a very talented one, obviously Braylon Trice, et cetera, et cetera. But the one thing, though, that I do think that Arizona fans do need to know about is that the Wildcats are more than equipped on that offensive line right now. And not only are they more than equipped on that offensive line, they are in the spot right now where I think it's fair to say that this is probably the best offensive line probably the best offensive line that Arizona has had in about 20 years. Again, we've talked about it a lot, but you got Jordan Morgan, who we already know. Then you've got Jonas Savaiinaea, who's going to be another first-round pick on the line. And then on top of that, inside, you got good players. You got Raymond Polito is back. Then you got Josh Baker, Wendell Moy, and a variety of other players right there. So, again, good stuff. And not only good stuff, I think we're kind of at the point, too, where if somebody goes down, you know that there's going to be somebody good there that's going to be able to pick up the slack. Elijah Payne, for example. Not only Elijah Payne, Tylen Gonzalez. There are a lot of players that are Rhino that are going to be able to pick up that slack. But right now, the offensive line is going to be huge in this game, and you're going to have to be able to open up running lanes right here. Jonah Coleman has been an absolute monster since he started getting more play. And not only has he been an absolute monster, he's been the player that again, Michael Wiley is absolutely fantastic. I believe he's going to play in the NFL, and I believe he's going to play in the NFL for a long time. But and as a pass catcher, he's absolutely fantastic. But the one thing, though, is that Jonah Coleman just kind of beats down a defense. Jonah Coleman wears down a defense, and that's where he is different than other players on this team. 5'8", 225, and then DJ Williams kind of the same way. And a big reason for that is the defensive line pushing folks around out there. And that's what they got to continue to be able to do. The defensive line continues to play like that, then the offensive line plays like that, and Arizona's running downhill. You got to like Arizona's chances to continue to win games. And not only do you got to like Arizona's chances to continue to win games, you got to feel really, really good about it as well. I think that Arizona right now Arizona's just in a good spot there. Now, Noah Fifita, we're going to talk about him in a minute because Noah Fifita has been the one that has kind of transcended Arizona football here, and there's a lot that we need to talk about with Noah Fifita. But first, game time, my friends. Game time. Now, you might go to the game and say, all right, I wish I could bet on this, or I don't know how to get to this game. Last second, I don't know, the ticket office is closed. Gametime has you. Download the Gametime app today. Use code LOCKEDON for $20 off. Again, Gametime, all kinds of good stuff right there. Not only is there good stuff, it's not just relegated to football. You can get basketball in there as well. You can get concerts, tickets, you name it, they got it. Check it out. Gametime, my friends. You will thank me later for it. Check it out, Gametime. Thanks for making Locked On Wildcats your first listen of the day. All right, the legend of Noah Fifita continues to grow and grow. And not only does it continue to grow and grow, I think that we're now kind of at the stage where you know that this thing ain't a fluke. And not only is it not a fluke, he has been performing at a very, very high level. And not only has he been performing at a very high level, he's also been playing football that we haven't seen around here from the quarterback position probably since Nick Foles. I mean, he's reliable, he's steady. Everything that he has done has been absolutely fantastic. He doesn't turn the ball over. He's getting everybody into their spots. He's making the throws that need to be made. He's just a big-time player all the way around. And I know that he's 5'8", whatever the case may be. But man, I mean, when he steps out there on the football field, he is one of the strongest. He's one of the smartest, most cerebral players out there, and he has the ability to be able to navigate the pocket in a way that we don't really see. Jayden de Laura didn't really know how to navigate the pocket. And not only did he not know how to navigate the pocket, he didn't really have the he just didn't have the pocket awareness that somebody like a Noah Fifita does. And not only does Noah Fifita have that, he also has the ability to throw guys open. We always hear that term all the time. Peyton Manning made a lot of dudes money by throwing them open. Your Brandon Stokley's, your Dallas Clarks. There was another guy in there as well somewhere. But he was able to do that. All of a sudden now, Kevin Green's eating. All of a sudden now, Malachi Riley's eating. And again, that's got to go to Noah Fifita right there. That's because Noah Fifita is that dude. And honestly, you can just tell that the team responds to him. Now, again, there's going to be a big test this week because UCLA has got a very good defense. There's no doubt about that defense. That defense is strong. That defense is solid. And it's good. I mean, that's the best way I can put it. That's a very, very good defense right there. Not only is it a very good defense, it's a defense that can force turnovers. So it's going to be on this team to be able to protect Noah and for Noah to make good decisions. And Noah has shown that he is very good at making good decisions. And T-Mac, Jacob Cowing, you're going to have to play big this week. This is going to be a big week for you. Tanner McLaughlin, same way, my friend. You got to get open downfield, got to get open in the middle of the field. And if you get open in the middle of the field, Noah Fifita is going to be able to hit you. And it's just kind of the way it is. But the offense, though, I expect the offense to be able to put up points. I think we're at the point with the offense where you know that you're going to go into a game being able to get a certain amount of points. Now, Jayden DeLaura, you didn't really have that sense with. Noah Fifita, you 100% have that sense with. And not only do you have that sense with, you think that he can also be the player that if the game is in a tight spot and you need a drive, who is running the ball downfield, who is making that drive happen? Noah Fifita is that dude. And not only is he that guy, he's going to be that guy for the next couple years, and I think he's going to fit in very well in the Big 12. We'll talk about that in future episodes, obviously. Now we got to get to the defense. Defense has been balling out of its mind, and not only has it been balling out of its mind, the one thing I think with this defense is you got to be really impressed with just every level of it. There's not really a fluke factor to this defense. There's not one area where you're like, oh gosh, well, we got bad boundary corners or we got, linebackers that, that can't tackle or get downhill. They got everything. And not only do they have everything, they have the ability to pressure the QB. Taylor Upshaw, we need a big game out of Taylor Upshaw. Not only do we need a big game out of Taylor Upshaw, we need a massive game. 6.5 sacks on the year. You'd like to see him push that into double digits. If you can push that into double digits, you start looking at all conference possibilities. Then opposite him, Isaiah Ward, Deuce Davis. I need three sacks between these guys. Somewhere on that D-line. And again, it could be the linebacker or it could be the defensive tackles as well. It could be Big Bill Norton in there as well. Either way, I need 3 sacks from the D-line. That's what I'm asking for right there. And I think they can get it. Again, Taylor Upshaw has been that dude. He's been getting about a sack a game. And then, like I said, Isaiah Ward, Deuce Davis combined for a sack there. And then between Tia Savea, Manoa, Big Bill Norton, Uiagalelei, Kangaika, get somebody else in there that's got a sack as well. And I think you'll be in pretty good shape. Then the linebackers, that makes everything a lot easier for them. Jacob Manu has been absolutely fantastic this year. And not only has he been absolutely fantastic, he has also been making plays closer to the line of scrimmage. And not only has he been making plays closer to the line of scrimmage, he's been making plays that I think it's fair to say are game-changing plays. Last year, there was a lot of questions, is he just making the safety tackles? Is he just getting the tackles where you're 10 yards down and somebody's got to make that tackle? This year, it's been different. This year, he has been able to make those tackles. And not only has he been able to make those tackles, he's been able to have some kind of cataclysmic performances, for lack of a better term. Then And he fits in very well next to Justin Flo. Justin Flo has quickly become a fan favorite, and Justin Flo should be a fan favorite because of how well he has played here at the U of A. And not only has he played really well, I think, has been a little bit of that loose cannon that Arizona needed. And Arizona needed somebody that was going to come in and essentially just kind of push people around. And you know what? Sometimes you're going to get a rough in the passer penalty. I get all of that. Totally understand it. Goes with the territory, though. And if it goes with the territory, then it just goes with the territory. But what you're also going to get is you're going to get huge tackles for loss. You're going to get getting after the quarterback. You're going to get all kinds of different plays. And he's done that so far. And on top of that, he's been kind of a leader. He's been a dude who the coaching staff obviously likes a great deal. The players on the team like a great deal. And just kind of a good dude. And again, he's not perfect. There's obviously some plays that leave something to be desired, but you got to be pretty happy with where he's been. Not only do you got to be pretty happy with where he's been the dude who he's been the guy that you hope that you get him back next year, because if you can refine a few of the things, I think he can be an all-conference type player. And then the DBs. The DBs have been absolutely fantastic. We're getting very close to starting a My Bad Gunner movement on the show for Gunner Maldonado, and we will be getting to Gunner Maldonado here in just a moment. But the DBs got to continue to play well. Takario Davis, Ephesians Prysock, both those dudes are next level type players. And not only are they next level type players, they're NFL type players. You very rarely get players coming in who are 6'3" corners that can make the plays they can make. And again, Takario, we need you to catch those interceptions, or at least catch one or two of those interceptions. If you catch one or two of those interceptions, life becomes a lot easier, I think, for everybody out there. You got to be able to do that. And then Ephesians Prysock, just keep doing what you're doing. You have been Ephesians Prysock has been absolutely great. Not only has he been absolutely great, he has been that DB that I think it's fair to say is one of the best cornerback prospects in the entire conference. That's how good Ephesians Prysock has been for the University of Arizona. Now, you might be watching this game, or I'll tell you what. Then we're going to get a prediction here, because I got a little bit of an outlandish one here to talk about. But first, why don't we talk about PrizePicks? All right, let's see here. PrizePicks. Okay, here's the deal with PrizePicks. And I don't know why, but this went away on my overlay right here. Okay, PrizePicks. Anyways, check it out. PrizePicks.com. This is the best place where you can go. You can go for fantasy. Help, or excuse me, if you think that you know a player that's going to be really, really good, and maybe some of the public is behind it, check out PrizePicks, my friends. PrizePicks will get you set up. PrizePicks will make you a happy customer, because PrizePicks is here to make you a happy customer. Again, check it out. PrizePicks. You will thank me later. Trust me, you will thank me later on it. It's a lot of fun. Again, football's here, basketball's here. But get in on all the action. Check out PrizePicks. All right. Thanks for keeping it locked on, Wildcats, and making this your first listen of the day. All right, now the rest of the DB talk right here. Now, again, UCLA's got a better passing game with Ethan Garbers in there. But that doesn't mean that Arizona doesn't have a really good defense and a really good secondary as well. And a good part of the secondary is that you got two covered corners that can cover. You got Traden Stukes in there at the nickel, obviously. But the safeties have really rounded into form. Dalton Johnson has been very, very good all season. Gunner Maldonado, he has been a frequent target on the show. Pardon the pun. But Gunner has been playing really, really well. There's nothing that we can really say about Gunner other than, my bad, Gunner. Keep this play up, because if you keep this play up, then you will 100% get a full-throated apology from myself. Not that you needed it, but either way. But as far as a prediction, I'm back in the A right here. I'm going Arizona 31. I'm going UCLA 23. I think Arizona is going to put up enough points, and I also don't think that UCLA is going to put up enough points. How about that for insightful wisdom? The team that scores more points is going to win, but I do believe that to be the case. So again, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with this game. I believe that Arizona is going to win. I believe it'll be a one-possession game somewhere in there. I just don't know that UCLA, and it just feels weird saying this, but I don't know that UCLA just has enough offensive horses to be able to score with Arizona. Because as good as UCLA's defense is, as good as it is, what Arizona has been doing has been next. Arizona's offense has been next level, and you got a quarterback that has been holding on to the ball, which is obviously a very good thing. So I'm going again. I'm going 31, 23, 24, something like that. I'm back in the A. But again, Arizona, I believe, is the better team. UCLA is a very good team. Their defense is quite good. They're better now, obviously, with Ethan Garbers in there, but this is also not a team that I think is going to score a lot on Arizona, and that is going to be a big advantage for the University of Arizona. Again, I expect a win, and if Arizona wins, they absolutely should be ranked. If they're not ranked, then we are going to throw stones, right? Because Arizona should be ranked. You would now have beaten 3 straight top 25 teams. You would have gone to triple overtime in the Coliseum against SC. You would have lost by 7 to Washington. At that point, I don't know what more you need to do to be ranked. You should 1,000% be ranked. Okay. On that note, though, everybody get out to the stadium. Again, Dave Hickey's been making that impassioned plea. Get out to the stadium, everybody. We need to get you out there. But on that note, appreciate all of you, as always, for listening. And again, get out there. This is a big game for the U of A. And if Arizona's ranked, we will probably be in the top 25 for the first time since 2017, my friends. So on that note, have a great rest of your Friday, and thanks for keeping it locked on Wildcats.